Welcome back, folks, but before we move on to Pete's Top 10, we're going to be stepping outside the studio where Charlie Mole, our breaking news reporter, is live at the White House. So, Charlie, you were telling me President Obama has announced a monumental new proposal for health care and the swine flu epidemic?
Yes, that's right, Alex. Just a few minutes ago, in what some are declaring a sneak attack press junket, President Obama detailed the coming steps for America's healthcare system and the future of the swine flu virus. A speech of this magnitude and importance for America has not been delivered since before the public since Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address. Word around the street is they're already making a Wikipedia page created for this landmark in American history.
Wow. Truly amazing, Charlie. This is history-making journalism, folks, being brought to you by none other than The Variety Show, something we're all going to be very proud of years down the line. So, Charlie, what exactly did President Obama say? Charlie? Charlie? What happened? Is he asleep? Did he just fall asleep? Oh, he's narcoleptic. Great. We put our only narcoleptic reporter on the biggest scoop of the year. Well, I'm sorry, folks, but it appears that we won't be delivering you any coverage of President Obama's historic address because our breaking news reporter has fallen over. Great. All right. Well, we're going to jump to Pete's Top 10 now and not give you that fantastic news report. So, Pete, what exactly is in your Top 10 this week?
Hello, everyone. Pete here with this week's Top 10. Now, over the weekend, a very special and a very old holiday occurred. It was a day to celebrate all things great about the fall and to do things that we aren't able to do on a regular basis. No, I'm not talking about Halloween. I'm talking, of course, about the end of daylight savings times. Oh, what a glorious day. An extra hour added to your boring 24-hour cycle. But what to do with this bonus 60 minutes? Well, folks, I'm here to tell you the top 10 things that you could have done with your extra hour. Number 10. So you could have eaten your Halloween candy. For those of you who went trick-or-treating, this was your chance to pig out and enjoy the best part of an otherwise boring holiday. And to those of you who bought candy even though you knew that you were not going to get any trick-or-treaters, it's time to eat your leftovers. At number 9, you could have cleaned your room. Seriously, some of you out there, clean your room. You had an extra hour, why wouldn't you do it? Who knows, maybe you would have found that extra money needed to pay off your college debt. At number 8, you now had the time to make a decent meal. You did not need to make mac and cheese or ramen noodles. You could have made something good. You could have gone out and bought a steak. You could have made some pasta, anything. Just please do not settle for Hot Pockets. Number 7, you could have enjoyed Channel 99's very own MUTV. I mean, come on, people. You had the spare time. The least you could have done is indulge in some of the finest, most well-produced television this side of HBO. Can you say Emmy nomination? And number 6, you could have watched an hour-long episode of The Maury Povich Show. What before seemed like a waste of time had the perfect opportunity to be enjoyed. Everyone's favorite guilty pleasure of watching the results of a paternity test finally had its moment in time, and more than likely, you missed it. Too bad. Now Maury goes back into the category of never watched TV. At the midway point, number 5 is Facebook. Now, we here at the Variety Show know that Facebook addiction is a serious problem. But the fact that there was an extra hour to check your notifications, build up your farm on Farmville, or stalk your distant friends gave any Facebook user reason to log in. And as any Facebook addict will tell you, the extra hour of social bliss seemed like a glorious eternity of online happiness. Rounding off at number 4 is everyone's favorite counter-terrorist, Jack Bauer. Oh yeah, baby. With an extra hour, it was possible to watch another episode of the popular action series 24. And once you did, you probably realized that, sadly, no matter what you do with your life, you'll never be as cool as Jack Bauer. Now, don't you hate not being up to date with the latest internet sensations? I know I do. And number 3, that extra hour gave you the chance to finally catch up on the latest memes and understand all those random videos that have taken over YouTube. With the bonus hour, you could have familiarized yourself with the likes of Hitler hearing bad news, the Techno Viking, and my personal favorite, the Keyboard Cat. I recommend watching the rest of the Variety Show and then going online and be born anew in all of its glory. And number 2 is that you had the chance to do 30-minute abs twice. Let's face it, at college, we all could get in better shape. And now with a full 60 minutes, you could have get twice as ripped as you normally would have received with just 30 minutes. Just think where your abs could have been if you would have taken the extra hour to tone off that freshman 15. All right, here it is, folks, the #1 spot. You know what it is. I know what it is. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the extra hour received over the weekend, the best thing you could have done is sleep. Ah, sleep. Beautiful, glorious sleep. From what normally could have been 6 hours of ecstasy, turned into 7, 8, into 9, so on and so forth. There really is no better thing to do with spare time than sleep. If only we could get an extra hour every weekend dedicated to the almighty slumber. That's it for this week's Top 10. I'm Pete. See you next week for a brand new list. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Pete. That's all for this block. Golden opportunities are up next, so stick around for more variety.